Are you a homeowner or a landlord? I am curious to know what you think of DeSantis' uh, strategy or new protections put in place when, when it comes to squatters. I am very curious to know how you feel about that. That's what we'll be talking about today, squatters.
Random thoughts, politics, culture, religion. What is the vision?
Welcome to Random Thoughts. Ray Sean Blyden here. So we're gonna be talking about squatters, and I'm gonna before we get into my main story. Let me find the article of what exactly DeSantis did, because I would like your participation. If you are a homeowner that rented, you leased your home, a room, you're a landlord, you own apartments. I'm curious to know your take on how how you feel about what this DeSantis did here. So let me just find it. Let me cue it up. Here we go. Okay, so let's let me find so many windows open again. I gotta I gotta stop keeping so many windows open. Okay, so here we go. Let's click on this story here. DeSantis, Florida sheriff crackdown on squatter scam. Straight into my jail. I like that. A Florida sheriff is optimistic about the new law Governor Ron DeSantis signed on Wednesday ending the squatter scam in the Sunshine State. The new law will absolutely help the squatter situation, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder told Fox and Friends first on Thursday. There's a real technicality when you go out to a home and somebody proffers that they live there, then the legitimate owner has proved that it's their house, he said. It gives us teeth to enforce the law and to return the home to the rightful owner. I don't remember the illegal immigrant who was on what was it uh not Twitter but TikTok, and he was basically it was someone from Venezuela, illegal alien, and he was telling others to come on in. You can get free property and take people's, you know, take abandoned houses and fix them up and even sell them. And then he was whining and complaining when his accounts got shut down. I don't remember. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But what a piece of filth he was. But anyway, that's just gotta be the most frustrating thing as a homeowner. I go on vacation to visit family in the islands, and I come back, and then someone claimed that they're the new owner of this home, or it's their home now. And if you try to get them out of there forcefully, you're the one under arrest. Like I saw a story about that as well, where someone tried to kick someone out of their home forcefully, and they are the ones in trouble. I mean, what kind of a law is that? So anyway, it says, where is it? Let's listen to it here, to Ron DeSantis talking about ending the squatter scam.
She inherited to find squatters living there. She changed the locks to get them out, and the state of New York arrested her instead of the squatters. Just
Are you listening to what he said? The state of New York arrested her instead of the squatters. But let's continue.
a few days ago, two squatters in New York City allegedly murdered the property owner
That's the one I was talking about. They murdered the property owner.
when she confronted them for being in her apartment illegally. In fact, We even have illegal aliens taking to social media, instructing other foreigners how to come into this country and commandeer property.
Yep, that's the guy I was talking about, the piece of filth.
They have gotten involved in this. Well, today in the state of Florida, we say very simply, what passes muster in New York and California is not passing muster here. You are not going to be able to commandeer somebody's private property and expect to get away with it. We are in the state of Florida ending the squatter scam once and for all.
Very good.
And
that's right. Give a round of applause for that, for sure.
Momentarily, I'll be signing HB 621, which will give the homeowner the ability to quickly and legally remove a squatter from a property.
All right, so I just wanted you to hear that part of it. Now let's see what the current squatter law in. I'm gonna go with my state where I live, just in case it ever happens to me. I know how to deal with this. I'll probably end up like that lady, being sent to jail for defending my property. But hope that's not the right one. Where are we? Give me a second here. I got too many windows. Well, you know what? Let's see, what did I do with that? What did I do? Give me a second. Squatters' rights, and here we go. This might be it. Let's see. All right, good. Here we go. Well, that's not what I want, but we already heard from him. Come on. It's not allowing me. Where's my story? Give me a second here. Stupid thing's annoying. It's annoying me. Well, let's just do this so you don't have to see me searching for that. Okay, give me a second here. So aggravating. Aggravation for sure. It's been an aggravating. Anyway, I don't want to complain. Minimize. Okay, what's going on? Why do I have so many windows? I gotta really start. I got so many windows open that I just don't know where everything is. Oh, here we go. I found it. Now let's see if I could put it where it's supposed to be here. Hold on a second. Here we go. I think I got it now. I don't actually want it in that little tiny window. I want it bigger so you can read along with me. This looks like it. Here we go. That's what I want. Okay, let's read this. No trespass in private property. It means nothing as far as I'm concerned in the state of Massachusetts. Let's see. What is a squatter? Well, a squatter is someone who lives on an abandoned, foreclosed, or vacant property without legal permission from the property owner. All states, I'm going to exclude Florida now. All states, including Massachusetts, give squatters the right to take ownership of real estate provided they meet the requirements of adverse possession. You know, this is something President Trump had. I don't know if you could sign anything into law to basically make the rule of the land like Florida, because this is just insane. Now you got squatting versus trespassing. Well, squatting is the occupation of an unoccupied property without the lawful owner's consent. The unlawful tenants are known as squatters. Now, trespassing is entering another person's property knowingly and without permission from the owner. What's the difference? They sound the same to me. Squatters ain't getting the person's permission to enter, but I digress. While trespassing and squatting may seem the same. Of course it is. Trespassing is criminal, squatting is a civil matter. Insane. They're the same freaking thing. Squatting can become unlawful if the property owner wants the squatter removed. Which property owner wants a squatter on their property? Can anyone raise their hand as a property owner and say with complete certainty that I want a squatter on my property? Of course, it's ridiculous. Squatting can become unlawful, as I just said, if the property owner wants them removed. And the squatter doesn't meet certain conditions regarding their time there. If a squatter meets these conditions, they can gain legal ownership of the property by adverse possession. I mean, this is just insane stuff. Now, let's continue. Squatting can be deliberate or can occur accidentally and in different scenarios. For example, a person can break into and take up residence in a foreclosed or abandoned building without knowing if anyone owns it. A person may also put up a fence around property that they mistakenly believe is theirs. I don't know how they would mistakenly believe it's anyway. Now let's go to how about holdover tenant versus squatter. Holdover tenancy is slightly different from squatting or trespassing. It occurs when a tenant continues living on a property after the expiration of their lease agreement. If a landlord continues to accept rent payments from the tenant, they become the tenant at will. Okay, I could understand that. If our lease expire and you keep taking money from me, then yeah, I could understand that one. Massachusetts and adverse possession laws. A squatter that takes adverse possession of real property lawfully acquires that property if they meet the required elements. If they do not, they cannot legally remain there. Once a squatter's rights are in place, they can live on a property legally without paying anything to the owner or paying property taxes. So let me get this straight. Someone can squat and take my property and live there rent-free, mortgage-free, tax-free, and who's the IRS going to go after if the taxes aren't being paid? So if they take ownership, you know what? Yeah, it's not even worth going down this rabbit hole. It's just pissing me off, honestly. Squatters' rights kick in only after the individual has publicly occupied the property for several years and the property owner has not tried to evict them during that period. Elements of an adverse possession claim. Continuous possession is uninterrupted property occupancy. Most squatting laws require squatters to possess let me start over. Most squatting, I'm so angry it's hard for me to think. Most squatting laws require squatters to possess and maintain properties for a specific period of time before claiming a legal right to them. In Massachusetts, a squatter has to be on a property continuously for 20 years. Well, that's a long time, but still, it just doesn't matter to me. Exclusive possession states that a squatter cannot share property ownership with anyone else. They have to occupy the property alone. The squatter who has a contiguous possession of the land must make physical changes to it by performing maintenance, cleaning, and landscaping in order to meet the requirements for actual possession. But who pays the property taxes? Well, after this, I can't. This is making me so upset. Let's read this. Let's just skip. Read to here. Protecting a property from squatters. I have anyway. I won't even mention. Click. To protect their property from a squatter's occupancy, an owner should visit the property frequently. What I got here? Oh, hold on a second. Extended absences make it easier for someone to take possession of property. That's true. That is true, but still, I just don't like these laws at all. I really don't. I don't like these laws one bit, okay? Because no one should be able to take your property. I don't care if it's yours and you haven't been there for 20, 30, 40, I don't care. Years, it's yours. Secure the property, seal entrances, and lock gates. People could break that to the property, and lock the doors and windows. People could break in still. Post signs, no trespassing. Signs let potential squatters know the property has an owner and that they are not welcome. Make timely property tax payments. This helps property owners establish rightful ownership in court. If a squatter does make it onto the property owner can serve them with written notice as soon as they become aware of the squatter's presence. The property owner can also offer to rent their property to that person. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that some floozy, if it's some douche breaks into my property and I say, hey bro, hey sis, you want to rent this after you broke in? Yeah, it makes lots of sense. It does not. Evicting squatters under Massachusetts laws. No law in Massachusetts specifically removes squatters. The property owner must remove them as if they were evicting a regular tenant. So this is just stupid. I can't, man. This is just dumb. It really is. It makes no sense. So you're telling me that someone absolutely takes possession of my home illegally, but yet the only way for me to remove them is by pretending like they're being evicted. It's dumb. I don't care what you tell me. How many, raise your hand by leaving a like if you believe that the rest of the country has to put the laws put into place in Florida and put it into their state. All 50 states should have this law, yes or no, because this is just ridiculous. As an owner, you give up your rights. It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. Anyway, leave a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Random thoughts, politics,